Hello, hello, VG City!
Yo.
Hello! So, we have the next game now. 5th game of the day. Wow, that's fast, mate. Today's a fast day, even with all these crashes.
Yeah, everything that could have went wrong in the last match went wrong, but seems to have improved now, so yeah.
Yeah, fortunately. So let's see who is next. Next is Tonks versus Danganronpa. Yeah. Just a little note, I watched Girls zum Panzer, the movie today, so I'm in the mood of tanks today.
Well, I'm not much of a tank person, but you know, this could be a good game, given how the last tanks game went.
Oh dear god.
Might be a lot of goals in this one, especially with how the last Danganronpa game went as well.
Yeah, well, the World of Tanks got completely annihilated by the idols, and Danganronpa managed to win somehow against Hani, 6-5.
Yeah, that was one hell of a match.
Oh yeah, indeed.
We've got two high-scoring, well, one high-scoring team and one high-losing team. So just watch Fest make this a 0-0 slurper with one shot that's wide.
Oh, please no. Please no. We had enough of these in group. No.
Interesting game plan from Danganronpa. The wing forwards out of position at wing mid.
The tactical genes.
Tic-tac-cool genios.
Oh god. Here comes the managers. So yeah, let's see what they have. Hope and despair there. Yeah, you're right. They have. Wait a moment. Where the? There is a DMF that is supposed to be a. No, that's not a medal rating. What the fuck? What are the medals? I don't see the medals.
Most likely out of position somewhere. Just enough so the stats make them look like 77s.
The tanks running height abuse, their striker ratings look a little bit off.
Yeah?
Yeah, tanks gold is 104, the Danganronpa gold is 109. I can only assume that there's a bit of height abuse there going on for the tanks.
Yep.
As you said, Danganronpa, of course, they've got their medals out of position. Ah, rigging.
And
Oh,
since the conditions are not even up yet, I can already imagine the amount of rigging going on in the background.
turns out the tank strikers have lowered attacking prowess. Interesting tactic. Woo.
Woo, lad.
Oh boy, the state of this manager chat. It looks like everything's rigged.
Yeah, Rick.
The game hasn't even started, and everything's fucked.
Adds even more interest into this.
Yeah, we've got a team that's supposedly a little bit riggy-diggied, and a team playing players out of position. Good God, those conditions. That's looking awful for Danganronpa. 1 red, 2 oranges in the entire team. Oh dear.
At least they don't have that many starting blues and purples. That would
Yeah,
have
and they
basically
aren't
killed
medals. They aren't medals. They can take them off. Strikers in great form for World of Tanks. Keeper in great form. Gonna have to do a lot about those medal. Well, their silvers are both in blue. That's a concern.
Alright.
Yeah, all in all, World of Tanks might have a slight edge with those top form strikers.
Yeah, once
But
the
it's-
subs come into a play, it's just going to be all green for Danganronpa. But World of Tanks, they've got plenty of orange and reds they can bring on, and that might be the difference.
Yeah, also Mouse in red, but that didn't help them in the last match, I think. Very
no-
gentile. Very gentile.
I hope no one can hear my cat. She's being really loud.
Okay, so just a reminder for the rest of the managers. You have to specify the sliders in the nightly export, it seems. So please do that from now on.
Yeah, I'm afraid you can't. Well, nightly exports do take into account in the second game. You can't do what you did in the first game and the second game unless you send it in your nightly export. Gotta save some time, set shit up pre-game. Not sure why nightly exports. I don't know why we don't do nightly exports for the first
here comes.
game. But
That's the mouse? Is that the mouse? Tell me it's the mouse. Tell me
Looks
it's
like the
really
mouse.
fast. Yes! Yes!
Ob stürmt oder steigt, ob die Sonne uns lacht, der Tag kühlen meist, oder eiskalt die Nacht. Bestaunt sind die Gesichter, doch wo ist unser Sinn, ja unser Sinn. Es brauchst unser Tanzen, im Sturm geht dahin.
Alright, it begins. World of Tanks versus Danganronpa.
yeah, and this game does,
minutes
of course.
in, and there hasn't been a single goal yet. What are they doing?
Resident Sleeper intensifies.
Of course, this game does mean a lot. If World of Tanks lose, they are going to be in a horrible position with a massive negative goal difference, needing to advance in a 9-3-3-3-3 group. So they're really, really in desperate need to push for a win or even a draw here, because a loss is almost certainly going to put things out of the mathematical realm of possibility. DRG all but through if they win. A draw puts them in a great position. Depending on the result of the next game, the group could be sealed up 6-6-0-0 early on.
A lot to play for both teams. And
Yeah.
so
Do or
far,
die
World
for
of
the tanks.
seems to be just content holding the ball and building an attack slowly.
Yes, slow and patient down the middle. When Danganronpa is more oriented to going wide, they're going to have to control the middle of the pitch and try and exploit the man advantage. You've got 4 players in the middle to Danganronpa's 3. But then they are exposed
or
in the
do
wide
that.
areas.
Do that. Some good old interceptions. That's gonna be too long. No problems for mouse.
It's absolutely fucking mowed down by the tank.
Where's the fucking mouse? So
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to get a pretty tiny ball past a huge tank in front of a normal-sized net.
just park the tank in front of the net.
Yeah, I mean, you can't score if you can't physically get the ball through any of the gaps between the tank and the net.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I wonder, Carl artillery unit when in World of Tanks.
Oh, good short corner.
Yeah. It got clear though.
Let's see if they can. No, they can't make anything of the quick counter opportunity here.
Yeah, it's really all been World of Tanks on the ball so far. DRG just trying to spring counterattacks, not making any breakthrough whatsoever.
Yeah, they're not doing
It's-
anything in attack so far.
They're just playing their passes long and flat, and it's
Maybe
well,
now.
slow and patient, but well, World of Tanks, they're able to get players back quick enough. It's an improvement over the last game where they were just getting exposed on the counter by the wide through balls that the idols were spamming.
That's
and
1 second nearly rigged.
And even in this game, those DRG strikers, they are trying for those long balls. They are constantly making runs. They are trying to get behind that defensive line, but the passes, they are not there. Those strikers
Well,
are not being fed those passes.
Well, they've taken their usual three-striker approach, and they've pushed them back and gone for a single centre-forward target man up top. So, it's not working so far, but there's 70 minutes left. Anything could happen.
Yeah, and they will use the good slider, so to speak.
Oh yeah, so this is World of Tanks unrigging what they had. This might very well affect the entire game.
Oh yeah.
So no point for DRG to do anything just yet, even though it's been World of Tanks all game, but this might even give DRG the edge.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it backfires spectacularly, or maybe World of Tanks will win 5-0 because the idols were too strong. I don't know. So are they going in preset 2 or 1? 1. There you go.
Still looks like the same sort of slow build-up.
It's too early. Just started. Relax. Yeah, it seems that they are building up slowly.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. I had to deal with the rig shop cat. Anyway.
Oh. I just imagine you like Blofeld, like caressing the cat.
I wish it was like that. No, the fucker kept trying to headbutt my microphone, and because it's on a stand on a really unfirm mattress right now, it just kept knocking it over.
Oh, I see.
Makes it quite difficult to speak and to focus on the match. But now it's full focus and
nothing is happening.
Yeah,
Nothing is
full
happening.
focus
You're not missing
on
much.
the lack of attempts coming on here. World of Tanks still holding most of the ball, and it's been pretty much the same game for the whole match. Nothing has really changed. World of Tanks hold it in the middle, Danganronpa dominate out wide, but neither side can find the break because they're both defensively organised and they're falling back fast enough to stop the counterattacks. Something's going to have to change if they want to score.
Yep.
Of course, Danganronpa will take a draw. They got a good goals for. Be on 4 points with 1 to play. And of course, if they draw and Love Live win the next game.
Yeah, if they draw, they are 3. They win. So.
Not necessarily. But if they draw and the next game is a Love Live win, then World of Tanks are going to need a 6-goal swing to advance. So Danganronpa would be in a great position.
I meant Love Live, not
World
of Tanks. So Danganronpa in this case.
Danganronpa, they'll take anything, but even a loss would work for them if they play well in the next game. But with how Love Live looked in the first game, I don't really think Danganronpa is anticipating playing them in the final week.
And it's actually called this time.
Yeah. Ooh, ouch.
Ooh, that's a nasty tap on the heels.
Absolutely.
Might have even been a card.
Absolutely cunted.
Comes the cross.
Yeah, it's a poor and direct free kick.
Yeah.
For some reason, those sort of free kicks never work in 16. They always end up being like what we just saw.
Yeah, the players just can't put them into the middle of the box for a striker to make a run into the 6-yard box and head it in. They just can't emulate real life, which is kind of a shame because it'd be nice to see more set-piece goals. A lot of the time in PES 16, it seems that getting a free kick or a corner is kind of less beneficial than the attack you could have gotten if you just let it play on.
Well, there were some corner goals, there were a couple of free goals, not near the levels of PES 13, of course, but...
Yeah, it's gone down, but it'd still be nice to see more of them. I mean,
nice attack there!
It was the first opening of the game, and...
Hey, that's for Noku, man! 1-0. 1-0 for Danganronpa. So is it the beginning of a 6-5? No, I don't think so.
It would demand some sort of a special second half out of this game.
10 goals in the second half. Nah, not going to happen, I think. Here's Sima.
Well, here could be some kickoff. Still going.
No, not this time.
No, not this time.
And that's
And
it for the
that's
first
it.
half. I want to see the stats. I want to see the Simmons slurping.
Yeah, I can't see more than 2 shots
Yeah.
out of either team, really.
Indeed. I think that's 1-0 for World of Tanks, 1-1 for DRG. Let me check with the stream. 2-1 for DRG. Okay.
Everybody push !donate in the chat to donate rig bucks to get Smugleaf a better rig cam. That's !donate, plus the amount of rig bucks that you'd like to give.
You're rich. Give the rig bucks.
Go fuck yourself. They're my rig bucks. 15%
Please, not
of
in
all
the
funds
shins. Not in the shins, please. Not in the shins.
15% of all your donated funds will go to Bent Richter Incorporated. Administrative charges.
Oy vey. Oy vey. Oy vey.
Well, it's been a slow start to the second half. Not much happening so far. It's been the pace of the game so far. Just possession in the midfield. Not much going on back and forth. Really the only clear chance of the game going to Danganronpa. And, well, go fuck that.
Was that an
because they've had
offside
a
as well?
fantastic
That's an
chance.
offside.
Yeah, offside. Well, it's really the best chance
Offside.
they've had so far, but
Yeah,
offside.
they had that one close call in the first half where the keeper saved it, and it might have been off target as well in the first place. So they've had possession and they had control during the first half, but they haven't really made it count so far.
Yeah, it reminds me of Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, they control the possession, but then couldn't do much with it.
Yeah, they've just been languid in front of goal all game.
Yeah.
Really, it's been a very anemic attack for both teams, even though Danganronpa have found a goal.
Yeah. Danganronpa got luckier with the RNG, I guess, because they're not doing much either. It's a semen slurping match so far.
Yeah, the more defensive approach of 4-5-1 instead of their usual 4-3-3 is paying off for them, and if it stands like this, they're going to be almost certainly through to the next round.
Yeah, with 6 points, yeah, I think so. Especially if Love Live doesn't lose. So.
Yeah, and with how Love Live looked yesterday, you've got to bank on them as the favourites.
Then again, it's PES.
Yeah, anything can happen, including this game turning around in World of Tanks' favour in the last 25 minutes.
Oh yeah, we've seen that happening, so...
Yeah, the game's not over until the final whistle. They can vouch for that, seeing as they scored 2 injury time goals in the last game to win it.
Oh boy. But so far it's been someone slurping pretty much.
Yeah, and now it looks like the substitutions are going to be coming in.
Yep.
This might be one of the deciding factors of this game.
Yeah, it could. Well,
Let's see how are the players condition-wise.
well, we already know they're
is
not
there
great
going to be a
for
preset
Danganronpa.
change as well?
Yeah, that's a wise choice. They haven't been able to produce anything in front of
those
goals so
wingers.
far in the second half.
Those wingers for World of Tanks and those fullbacks for Danganronpa and that AMF, I think, the one in red. That's pretty much dead.
Yeah, I believe that's a centre mid, actually. Yeah, it is. Interesting that Pez calls it a 4-3-2-1 when it looks much more like a 4-1-4-1 to me.
Yeah, but that's PES.
Yeah,
In
offensive
prime
centre mid. Whole centre mids, obviously more defensive players than wingers. Okay. Interesting tactic from World of Tanks to have what looks to be like a crushed circle with whatever the fuck that is sticking at the
That
top.
seems like a shovel to me.
Yeah.
That's a shovel. That's a trench shovel.
Looks kind of like looks a bit like an emoji. Looks like :D. Red coming off for green. It's the only change they can make at centre mid, but Well, they're gonna have to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's relatively late in the game, so I'm pretty sure that green will survive.
Yeah, with this little time left, he's not really going to be suffering with fatigue issues, especially when he's coming on as an attacking centre mid. He's not really going to be staying back
Oh,
to
nice
defend
attack.
and cost goals
Oh.
anyway.
That was a close
And
one.
with the way this game has been going, those subs might have to wait for a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this could be. Well, it might not even come on. It's just very, very congested in the middle of the pitch and doesn't go out of play very often.
No, maybe at some offside or Moida.
Yeah, it's slow and patient, although they could find a breakthrough and get a goal. If there's
Oh.
one way you...
Nice ball there. No, dispossessed.
There's one way you want your substitutions to come in, it's off the back of you scoring. Some fresh legs to avoid complacency.
Yeah. Or when you are coming back, so you can have fresh legs to carry on.
Yeah, but World of Tanks, they're running out of time to come back, and they haven't looked anywhere near good enough offensively to start a comeback. They might struggle.
Yeah,
Well,
what?
this could be it.
Well,
That's
Oh.
a yellow.
oh, he's
There,
booked the
Moida.
World of Tanks player instead. Was that passage of play, but obviously he won it back unjustly. Ref played the advantage, but,
Ooh, ouch.
well, now the subs are going to come in.
Yep. All of them. And they get the corner.
What? Okay,
Interesting.
that was a late yellow called. So the foul happened before, and the ref just
Comes the
decided to give the player a
cross.
yellow. A
And it's
delayed
clear.
one.
Good clearance.
Yeah.
But they've got players in advanced positions now. They just need to pass it into space, avoid fucking it up like that.
Yeah, they're running out of time.
And just look at how few shots there's been. 3-2.
Seven slurping match.
Well, Danganronpa went in with a defensive game plan, and they've played the game as defensively as you like. They've got it 1-0 off their only attack, and that's really the kind of defensive counter-attacking style that you need against a team that I suppose the manager scouted as very offensive and needed shutting down. Obviously, he just wasn't happy with how the defense played last game, conceding 5 to Hanny, shut up shop and win 1-0.
And this sort of game, this is working out perfectly for them. Because
Yeah,
they're in control all the time. They
Yeah, you
just
gotta
have to
think
avoid this sort of situation where World of Tanks steals the ball back. Now
Yeah, you
they've got
gotta-
players forward.
You gotta think the
They need to
manager
score
would...
here,
Cut it inside
think-
there. Ooh, bad passing there.
and they need
Yeah.
to avoid this.
I tried to say the same thing 5 times. Fuck it. Never mind. Oh, it's a good pass into space, but they haven't got many players forward. It's a quick counter-attack, but there's just no options in the middle.
They should be happy with just killing time at this point.
Yeah, 1-0 seems more preferable to the 6-5 they got last game.
Oh dear. That fucking match.
Yeah, it's two sides of the same coin. They're winning 1-0 each time, but they've gone from super aggressive to super defensive, although they've still got to hold on because it's not over yet, and World of Tanks
And
have got an
that's a
attack coming into
big
space,
goal.
and it's in!
That's it. 1-1.
It's
Колбас
happening.
колбасит соло, колбасер по пояс голый. Колбасер по пояс голый. Бочка бас колбасит соло. Бочка бас колбасит соло. Бочка бас колбасит соло. Бочка бас колбасит соло. Колбасер по пояс голый. Бочка бас колбасит соло. Бочка бас колбасит соло. Бочка бас колбасит соло. Колбасер по пояс голый. Бочка бас колбасит соло. Бочка бас колбасит соло. Бочка бас колбасит соло. Колбасер по пояс голый. Бочка бас. Бочка.
Game on. Also changes.
Now just which team?
Which will take it home, or will it be a draw?
World of Tanks apparently doing a preset change again. No,
No?
reverted.
Choosing the world. waiting for some.
the long run, have a much better outcome for Danganronpa General than World of Tanks. World of Tanks, they've scored, they're still pushing everyone up because they need to get another. A win is really crucial because if this game ties, World of Tanks needs to get a 6-goal swing over Danganronpa. And that's, well, it seems unlikely.
That's assuming that the idols don't choke against Hani.
That is true, but then if Hani wins, the group will be 4-3-3-1, which also puts them in quite a poor position because they would need to win and have results go their way as well. So,
Yeah, true.
you know, they can't really decide their own destiny at this point unless they can find another goal late.
Yeah, well, this tactic didn't fly so good with Katawa Shoujo, so...
Yeah, that really fell apart. They conceded 3 goals after they tried to go super offensive going forward. Still a little bit of time left, not much. Danganronpa's looking for a kick-off abuse goal. Put themselves out of sight late on. They might get it. They've got a space out
progressing.
wide.
Good play by
Lots of
them.
space, only 2 in the box. Quick passing. Can't get past the mouse. Hard to see where the ball is on the cheap webcam with a giant tank in the way. And it's over anyway, so...
It
Yeah.
didn't even matter in the end.
World of Tanks
Everyone
still
is still
alive.
in.
Danganronpa in a great position. Group still very much open, but it's looking difficult for the Tanks now. Danganronpa in a great position to advance.
Yeah, and if the idols don't choke, they are in a very good position now. Because
Well, if the idols don't choke, they're through. So,
also, that's Serbi, I think, man of the match.
if the next game is a tie, we are potentially set up for the wonderful 4-4-4-4 group of magic and fun.
Oh dear. And that will benefit the idols.
Actually, no, that's not correct, because it'd be Danganronpa and the idols on 4 points each, and they'd be playing each other, so that wouldn't be possible.
Oh,
It would, however,
Right.
mean if they tied, it would shut out the rest of the group. So, really, the Danganronpa against Love Live game is really going to decide the group. Next game, very important, of course. Hani need to win or draw. If they lose, they are out in a 6-4-1-0 scenario.
yes.
If they tie, it's 4-4-1-1, and that puts them in a win-and-you're-in position if they can win the next game and Danganronpa lose or the idols lose by a fuck ton. Win, of course, always the most useful thing for you, but a draw can still keep them in if results go their way, and a loss is absolutely damaging for them. Love Live just really need to play for a draw, and goal difference will more than likely see them through any group results.
Yeah. And if they win, they are through mathematically, so...
Yeah, so really it's looking fantastic for them. Just avoid getting blown the fuck out, because even a small loss will see them in a great position if they can draw or win the next game.